Hello everybody, it's Jen, Scrapbena Creations. I have a quick and simple card for you today using a collaboration stamp from Simon Says Stamp and CZ Designs. This stamp is called Great Things. It has wonderful sentiments in it. Today I'm going to be making a good luck card. I thought that this stamp set was also versatile in that you could make a St. Patrick's Day card with it, so that's why I decided to use this before St. Patrick's Day to give you some ideas. So no coloring at all today. This card took me maybe about 15 minutes to make, which is super fast for me. So I'm using some of my Catherine Pooler inks today. This color here is called Mardi Gras. And I'm stamping this using my platform. As you can see, I didn't get a crisp impression the first time around. I do like to hold my stamps down a lot longer when I'm using colored ink for sentiments, just so that it gets nice and saturated in the paper. So I did stamp this twice, and then where I didn't quite get the L, I stamped that a third time. When I'm using colored inks, I do like to use my baby wipes first just to get all of that residue of ink off of my stamp. Typically I would use my stamp chamois, but I didn't want to get all that ink on my chamois. So to make the sentiment stand out a little bit more, I decided to go over it with some clear embossing powder. The thing that I love about Catherine Pooler inks is they do stay wet for a little bit, so you can heat emboss over them, which is great because it means that you can use your colored inks to get any color that you want with some simple clear embossing powder. So it really lets you stretch out your embossing. So I'm just heating that up really quickly, and then I'm going to bring my stamp platform back in, and I'm going to stamp a small sentiment underneath the good luck. And the sentiment that I'm using is "You're going to kill it," which I love. It's kind of sassy and fun. And so I'm just going to stamp out this sentiment with some Versamark ink. So Versamark is a sticky ink that will allow you to heat emboss, and I'm going to heat emboss this sentiment using gold embossing powder. So once I get that stamped, I'm going to bring in my embossing powder really quickly and get that all nice and shiny on the card. So the gold is really my accent, and then I'm going to be using 2 colors of green for the majority of the card. I really enjoyed putting together this simple card using only stamping. I'm curious if you like this kind of video. It's a little bit different for me. Usually I'm coloring up critters or images, but if you like seeing these quick and simple cards with only stamping, let me know in the description box below so I can make some more of these videos for you. I did have some warping with the cardstock, so I'm just going to lay down some double-sided adhesive here. This adhesive, I got a giant roll off of Amazon, so it's really cost effective. I will list all the products below in the description box, including the Catherine Pooler inks. And for those fellow Canadians, I also will link to a Canadian retailer, an online store called Maple Syrup Designs, who carries the Catherine Pooler products, including the inks, and this is where I got my mini ink cubes, and I absolutely love Catherine Pooler inks. So I just needed to trim up the bottom of the card here just a little bit, and then I'm using my bone folder to just make sure I can get the card as flat as possible, because now I'm going to be doing some stamping. So here you can see the Lime Ricky. It's definitely a lighter, brighter green color. And there are 3 4-leaf clovers in the stamp set. A large one, a medium-sized one, and then a tiny one, which is the one I'm stamping right now. So I went ahead and stamped my images in the lighter shade, the Lime Ricky, first. And I'm just going to kind of place these in a diagonal-ish line on the card. I do like doing the lighter ink first just because then you know, if there's any residue on the stamp set, which I don't have any problem cleaning these inks off, but if there is, then it's a lot easier to kind of cover up with the darker ink. So there I have got my little 4-leaf clovers, and I thought I would bring out some Color Shine by Heidi Swapp. I haven't used this stuff in forever. I know a lot of us have this in our stash. So I'm using the gold to tie in that gold sentiment that I used under the good luck, and that will just bring some more of the gold throughout the card. So that's the card for today. Nice and quick and clean and simple. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you really soon. Take care, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Bye.